Hello, everyone. This is Jessie Bowen with the Martial Arts Extraordinaire podcast. I'm the publisher for the magazine. Guess the name of the magazine. The magazine is the Martial Arts Extraordinaire magazine. Today, we are excited to have with us a young man who has just finished competing in the University World Games in Germany. We have Bomin Kim. How are you doing today, sir?
Doing great. I'm doing great. How about you?
Hey, I'm doing awesome. Listen, thank you for taking the time to chat with us. I'm really excited. I'm the manager for the Taekwondo event, which is coming to North Carolina, the University Games in 2029. I'm excited about that, for Taekwondo. So we really want to reach out to you and sort of, find that feeling in order to share with our listeners and let everybody know about the excitement of what's going to be, coming up. And we really want to talk to everyone about the powerful episodes that we are doing with the Martial Arts Extraordinaire magazine and podcast, where we're celebrating these champions. So 2029 is going to be big. It's going to be the largest sporting event in North Carolina. And so we really have a connection here, because I was with Duke University Physical Education for 29 years. I started the karate program and went on for the Taekwondo program. We did the judo, bowling. So I did a lot of great things at Duke, great university. Really excited about the opportunities that is providing, especially in an intramural sports and everything. So tell us, sir, so how long have you been at Duke?
I've been at Duke. This is my second year. I'm a sophomore, class of 28 right now, and I love Duke. It's been a great experience so far.
Well, yeah, I tell everyone I have a lot of my friends. I won't go political in Carolina, Duke, but I was blessed to have the opportunity to work for both of them. I mean, you're great. Duke provides a lot of great experiences. But let's go back to you, and you're involved in something that's very unique and something that's very different. And you had that opportunity to go to Germany and be a part of that. So tell us about, when did you get involved in the martial arts?
So I got involved with Taekwondo when I was 3. My dad was my coach, so I guess at the beginning I didn't really have much of a choice. Like, I was kind of dragged in by my dad. But as I went on, as I got better, as I went through tough times, I came to love the sport. And I came to love not only the sport, but the people involved in it. I love my team back home, Team K. I grew up with them. We shared a lot of sweat through winter training, summer trainings. I grew up to love them. But not only them, like the teammates I meet elsewhere from other cities like California, New Jersey, like I only see them at competitions, and we've built quite a good bond with a lot of them. So Taekwondo is a very special sport to me, not only because of the experiences that it gives me, but also the people, the connections that I've made.
Wow. And, what about, Duke? I know that's pretty, intense and very special to have this opportunity. And I know as a student and as also as an athlete, that must be pretty taxing of that responsibility.
Yeah, it is a taxing experience. It's not easy, balancing classes, especially here at Duke, where the classes are known to be not easy, as well as competitions, especially last year when I went to Hong Kong for the World Taekwondo Championships. It was not an easy 2-3 weeks where I was just gone from school. I had to do a lot of work beforehand, a lot of work after I came back, but it all makes it worth it, right? Because who else at this university is going to World Championships, the World University Games? And I really consider myself lucky, which is what I think really pushes me to both train and study as hard as I do.
So tell us about your experience in Germany, the atmosphere, the level of competition, and what it is that you felt like this was a big step, onto another stage as you represented Duke in the U.S.
Yeah, so I think the World University Games in Germany was really special to me in that first, it was my first university games that I've ever been to. It was the first games where it wasn't just Taekwondo. I got to see a plethora of other sports. And it was honestly a great experience. I had so much fun. The opening ceremony, I think, had like 50,000 people in like a soccer stadium. And then each country walked out, and I felt like I was Son of Min walking onto a stadium with like 50,000 fans like cheering me on. It was amazing. And then it was just really fun because I got to see athletes from other sports. I got to play table tennis with the U.S. table tennis team. I mean, I got cooked, but it was amazing, and it was just honestly a great experience. Just everything was new to me, like the country, the people, the food, and it was just I got to experience so many things, so many new people. Got to have a lot of fun with my friends that went with me, and it was a great experience.
Well, that's really exciting. Really, I'm really glad for you. Really look forward to seeing the other things that you're going to be doing, as an athlete, and as you are, at Duke University and you're doing these different things. And for everyone, this is the International University Sports Federation. So coming to North Carolina in 2029, it's not just the Taekwondo. I'm just here today talking about the Taekwondo event, but it's going to be providing pretty much every sport will have that opportunity to participate. And again, this is the university games. So, it's not new. You may be hearing about it for the first time, but this year goes back all the way back, in 1923. So it's been around for a while, but it gives students the opportunity to be able to participate on a much larger scale and have an opportunity to go to school and to be able to train in these sports and be able to travel and to be able to do these things and still, representing the university. I think that is a really, really great opportunity. Okay, the major international competitors teach us a lesson about balancing that work and as an athlete and your school work. So, what about your home, your coach? So, who's your coach at Duke? Do you guys have a coach, or is it your instructor from your school in Atlanta? In Georgia.
Yeah, so here at Duke, we have Coach Nick, which he's the head coach at the Duke Club Taekwondo. He is a sparring coach, so he helps with our team with sparring and prepping us for competitions. But I I do Pumse, which is my like major, I guess, in Taekwondo, which is forms, as other people call it.
Mm-hmm.
So in regards to forms here at Duke, I sort of self-practice, and I also help a lot with the club. If anyone has any questions, or sometimes I would teach classes. But in regards to training here, I like to record myself and to kind of correct things that I'm wrong on. And then, but Coach Nick will also give me good pointers because he has some familiarity with Pumse, and then he can help me out with that. And then when I go home, it's my regular coach, my dad, helping me out. My teammates also helping me out back home. So, yeah.
How has Duke supported you on your martial arts journey? Where does the coaching? We just spoke about some of the things there of your coach there, but how are there other ways that has helped you in your in the communications and the community and the flexibility to have the opportunity to train?
Yeah, of course. Duke has been, I'm very grateful to Duke. Duke has done so much for me, especially for the World University Games. I mean, first of all, they provide me a place to practice, a place to train with mats, which is something not everyone can get. I think the biggest thing that they've done for me is for the World University Games in Germany, they gave me full funding to go, which without their funding, I might not have been able to go. But due to their funding, it made going to Germany a lot easier, and it's a great experience. Yeah.
Well, as a former Duke physical education instructor and sports performance coach, I deeply believe in the mental training, that power of, using mindfulness, visualization, and mental condition. So, do you do any training that's dealing with, visualization training? What's your mental game like?
So I guess when I compete, my mental focus is on not what could happen, but what I can do best. So what my dad always tells me before I go in is don't focus on the result. Just focus on doing your best. Do it just like practice. And then that's what I try to focus on. I don't focus on trying to win. I don't focus on trying to get the highest score I've ever gotten. I just focus on producing the best output in that moment that I can. And for me, a big thing about with my mental is if I mess up, it's okay as long as I do things to help me not mess up the next time. And that's what my dad tells me too. I think that's played a big role. So when I mess up at competitions, I don't take too much of a toll on myself because at the end of the day, we're all human, right? Mistakes happen. But what I can do is prepare and kind of put myself in that mental mode of, oh, what can I do better this time so that doesn't happen next time? And I think that mentality has really helped me to get to where I am today.
Well, wow, that is great. That's a really big part of being an athlete is not just having the opportunity to compete, but to work on competing to be your very best, and then having that opportunity to be able to represent your school, your university, and then of course representing yourself. And that big part is representing the U.S. In this great opportunity. So, what advice would you give younger students, especially who's balancing school and martial arts and want to reach their dream of being a martial artist competing on a national, international level?
So, an advice that I will give would be the same advice I give to the younger kids on my team would be, it might sound kind of cliche, but don't give up. There are going to be many, many competitions where the results don't go your way. There's going to be competitions where you trained your butt off, and then the results are just not what you want, which you might feel really sad at the time, but you also have to realize this happens to everyone. And then the people who eventually make it to the top are the ones that are able to go through this, be able to live through it, get better, then pursue through it. So that would be my main advice is to just really work through something. If you want to get somewhere, you have to work through even the hard parts.
You've already competed uh, and on so many different levels. Uh, in your younger stage, what would you say that before going to Duke was your toughest competition? And what did you learn from that? And how did you take that lesson and bring it into the settings that you're into now on an international level?
Yeah, so I would say one of my hardest competitions was probably 2022 World Championships. That was my first ever time representing the US in person and at a World Championships. So, granted, I was like one of the, I guess you could say, freshmen on the team because I've never traveled with the national team. A lot of them have traveled multiple times. I was a new face, and I was very very nervous leading into it. And the first round, the group stage round, I actually messed up, and that really got to my head in preparing for the next few rounds. We did make it up, like into the next rounds, but we made it as a much lower ranking that we wanted to. So that got to my head. But then what really helped me was one of the national team coaches said to me, or said to our team in general, just said, I'm not seeing what I want to see out of you guys, but I know what you guys are capable of. You guys are capable of winning. And for me, before this competition and even at the competition, I really thought we had no chance of winning, to be honest, because it was my first time there. Team Korea was there. I thought, to be honest, we had no chance of winning. But when she told me that she sees potential in us and then we have a good chance of winning, I realized my mindset was wrong. I realized that I always have to think about we have the chance to win. So with that mindset, we went and competed, and we actually did end up doing really good. I didn't mess up anymore. We made it to the finals against Korea, and I went with that mindset, and we were able to bring home the gold medal. So it's a great experience, but it's definitely hard on my mental.
Wow. Now, that's really outstanding as an accomplishment. And I know when you're competing or you're in school and you're doing work, I know that same mindset really sticks with you. You know, a lot of parents, they want to get their kids involved in Taekwondo or some form of martial arts. And I know you've been involved in it since you've been 3. And I know I have no idea where I would be right this moment if it had not been for the martial arts and for the opportunities that I've taken advantage of, because you probably had a choice of, am I going to, do this? Am I going to go to Germany? Am I going to compete? You probably, with your background, your dad and everything, you probably didn't have a choice, but there's always a choice. But parents that are thinking about getting their kids involved in the martial arts or in Taekwondo, what would you say, just in the number of kids that you've had the opportunity to work with? And how old were you when you actually achieved black belt?
So I got black belt when I was first grade. So what is that, like 6 years
Mm-hmm.
old? And sorry, what was the question about parents?
How parents that are thinking about getting their kids involved in the martial arts, and based upon your experience and impact, what would you say about them to encourage them to consider Taekwondo, of finding a school and getting their kids involved in martial arts?
Oh yeah. So yeah, as I said, I got my black belt when I was around 6, and I would say the main thing for parents considering putting their kids in martial arts would be, of course, your kid has the potential of making the national team, going to these big competitions, and you know being a really successful athlete. But more than that, I would say, is really what martial arts can provide. What martial arts over like other sports like don't provide, I guess, is discipline. I think martial arts is very good at teaching discipline and community. I haven't seen a community like the martial arts community, other sports. Maybe it's because I'm not as involved in other sports. They might have, communities just as well. But from what I've seen, the martial arts community is very tight and is very willing to help each other out. So I think that's a very good community to be involved in. I mean, I see parents at the Taekwondo like very willing to help each other out just because both of their kids are in the martial arts. Even when they're at different schools, they're like, "Oh, if you need help with something, because for where I'm from back home, a few martial arts schools do black belt testing all together. So it's like 8, 10 schools doing it all together, and all the parents there are very friendly, very supportive, and you see like 50 parents cheering on this one kid, and it's a great experience to see. And it's just things like this that I think you can't get anywhere else.
Wow. That's really great. I really want to thank you. And it's been an absolute pleasure to speak with you today. Your dedication, humility, and your excellence truly embodies the spirit of the martial arts. And on behalf of the Martial Arts Extraordinaire magazine, elite publication, and our entire martial arts community, we congratulate you. And, once again, on representing Duke University, the United States, as a 2025 World Games competitor. And, we look forward to following you and, finding out what you're doing in the future. And if you ever have some great news you want to share, so, we'll definitely leave a section open just for you, the Duke team, or anything that you would like for the world to know, be a part, then know that, that Elite Publications and the Martial Arts Extraordinaire magazine, we truly support you. Any last words from you?
My last words would be for everyone in 2029 to check out the World University Games if they can. It's a great experience. You get to see you see Olympic level athletes. I saw countless Olympians at the 25 games. So you see, when else are you going to get to see an opportunity this close, especially if you're in North Carolina, to your house? It's a great experience. You should go cheer on the U.S. athletes or whatever nationality that you are, and have fun,
Well, everyone, this has been a great podcast today. And again, we're going to catch this interview. It's going to be in our magazine, the Martial Arts Extraordinaire magazine. So if you're thinking about publishing a book, or you want to share a story, find ways that Elite Publications can support you, then just reach out. Our website is www.elitepublications.org. Go to our Roku channel, and that is Elite Publications Worldwide TV. Follow us there. We have competitions on there, sport, karate events, and other different things that we're doing to support the martial arts. But remember, mark your date for that July 11th through the 22nd here in North Carolina, for the University World Games. This is going to be the largest sporting event in North Carolina. Go ahead and set your date, start to follow the website for the event here in North Carolina. And remember, everyone has a story. You just have to get it out. Hey, this is Jessie Bowen saying be blessed, and we'll see you the next time.